friends, welcome back again. In a time when India was under British rule, when Indian minds were told again and again that they were not good enough, when opportunities were limited, voices were silenced, and confidence was crushed, a small boy dared to do something unusual. He dared to ask questions which were neither political questions nor rebellious questions, but they were the questions about the nature itself. Why does sound travel? Why does light behave differently? Why does the world work the way it does? This is not just the story of a scientist. This is the story of C.V. Raman, a boy who grew up in limitations but refused to let limitations define him. So C.V. Raman was born on 7th November 1888 in a small town in the Madras Presidency of British India. India was not independent at that time. Education was controlled. Opportunities were unequal. Indian students were trained mainly to become clerks but not creators. Scientific research was considered as a Western privilege. Most Indians were told, study enough to serve, not enough to discover. But Rama's home was different. His father was a school teacher deeply interested in physics and mathematics. He had respect towards the books, though had limited money. Young Raman grew up surrounded by chalkbooks instead of toys, questions instead of instructions, curiosity instead of fear. He was a quiet child, not noisy, not attention seeking, but deeply observant. While other children played outside, Raman listened to the echo of sounds in empty rooms, the vibration of musical instruments, the way light entered through windows. Even as a child, he didn't expect things as they were told. He used to understand and question himself why. Education in British India focused heavily on memorization. Students were rewarded for repeating answers, not for questioning them. But Raman struggled with this system, not because he was weak, but because he was too curious. He didn't want to memorize formulas. Instead, he wanted to feel them. He didn't want to accept theories blindly, but wanted to test them. Teachers noticed something special. Raman was exceptionally sharp, with a deep understanding far beyond his age, and the results followed naturally. He completed his bachelor's degree at just 15 years old. He completed his master's degree at the age of 18. By any standard, this was extraordinary. Yet, success brought a new pressure. People expected him to follow a safe, respectable path. But Raman wanted something more dangerous. He wanted science. During those days, if one wanted to become a serious scientist, there was only one path: go to England. Foreign education was considered the gateway to greatness. Raman too dreamed of studying abroad, but life had other plans. His health was fragile. Doctors warned him that the climate and stress of travel could be dangerous. The decision was heartbreaking. He had the talent and ambition, but did not have the option. He was forced to stay back in India. Imagine the frustration, watching opportunities slipping away, not because of lack of ability, but because of circumstances. Many dreams die here. Many people accept, maybe this is not meant for me. But Raman chose a different thought. Instead of asking, why can't I go? He asked, what can I do from here? This mindset changed everything. This was the moment Raman's character was shaped. He realized something profound. Greatness is not about where you are, It is about how deeply you think. He decided that if he couldn't go to the best laboratories, he would create his own learning. If he couldn't follow the traditional path, he would build a new one. If the world underestimated Indian minds, he would prove them wrong. This period taught him patience, humility, and most importantly, self belief. At that moment, Raman didn't know what the future held. He didn't know about discoveries, awards, or Nobel Prize. All he knew was his loving science, asking questions, and refusing to give up. He was not aware that staying back in India, studying without privilege, learning without recognition would become his greatest strength because the man who could succeed without external motivation was the man who would later change the world. So, my dear friends, in the next episode, we'll uncover how a revolutionary scientist lived quietly inside a government office waiting for his moment. So, bye. See you again next week.